Get my cleaners together.
Hustle love.
Hey.
Okay.
Hi guys. Hey. Jay. Jay by Grace. But we're not talking about Jay by Grace right now. We're talking about Focus Faith.
Woo, woo, woo.
So this is a tag video. Focus Faith tag. Hashtag Focus Faith tag. And why not grab like two of my co-hosts? My only two co-hosts, actually.
What's that?
And
Are there other co-hosts we don't know about?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just you two. That's fine.
Unless they're like imaginary friends, but they're like imaginary.
Yeah,
co-hosts.
I actually, but I wasn't gonna say it on camera, so I was.
That's very
Keep it down.
darn.
It's fine. But anyways, guys, this is TAISIA.
Hey, what's up?
This is Mimi.
Was goody.
This is Jazmine. And we're Focus Faith. Yay!
Yay!
So we made up some questions to ask because I feel like I talk about it all the time.
Do they know
What is Focus Faith?
Do they know
I
what
talk
it
about it
is?
enough in my blogs, but hey, let's start at the very beginning.
Is that
Memes?
Are
It's
you guys
all
looking
you.
at me? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Focus Faith is a podcast where we are women in our 20s and 30s. Well, really in our 20s. And
Almost 30s.
Almost 30s.
What?
And it's really a resource to help other people in their 20s and 30s in their walk of faith with Christ. Because we know that there's a lot of navigating that we have to do in the world as far as like school and work and family and friends and things like that. And it's nice to have a place where we can all kind of be on one accord and in one accord.
Amen.
In Jesus
Amen.
Christ.
In
Holy
Jesus
name.
Christ only.
So
Amen.
yeah, it's just the podcast.
That's all it is.
Yes. So, with that, speaking of the podcast, whose idea was it to start the podcast?
Jesus.
Good call.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Extremely accurate.
That was excellent.
Amen.
For the foundations of the earth.
That's really what it is. That's really what it is.
But who did he talk to
Who
about
did he
it?
tell first?
Okay,
Who he told first?
Who did he tell first? I think he told me first.
He
I'm
definitely
certain
told
he
you
told
first.
you. I know I wasn't the first
Listen,
to know.
I wasn't the first person either.
I was the last to know.
That's funny. Yeah, he told me first. He was just like, "Yo, memes, like, let's just converse real quick." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Cool,
What's up? What's good?
what's good,
All of
Jesus
this.
Christ?" Like, and he was
Jesus H, you know what I'm saying?
right. And he was like, "I'm trying to have you do this podcast," and I'm like,
Absolutely.
"No." And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Me?"
You're so stupid.
And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Cool, how?" So that's pretty much how it went. That's pretty much how the conversation
That's
went.
all it was.
And so then it was actually okay. No, for real though. I've been like praying about it for a while. This is like this time. Around February last year when it was downloaded into my spirit
Amen.
to do the podcast, and because the Lord knew that I love talking about Him and talking about it about my relationship with Christ and like the walk with Christ with friends. Like He just knew that I really enjoyed that, and I think that's where a lot of my growth happened, is with like talking to you guys about it and talking to other friends about it. And I knew that couldn't have been just me, and so that's kind of where the podcast started. And it kind of has taken off since then. I really didn't hesitate much after it kind of like first coming about. It was just kind of like move.
Yep.
It started like end of February when I was like thinking about it, and then our first episode launched in May, right? End of
It
May.
launched in May, yeah.
Yeah,
May.
and so it was.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick turnaround time. So yeah, it's great. Go
Awesome.
Jesus.
Wow.
Shout out to Jesus.
Shout out to
you,
Jesus
girl.
Christ and shout out to you for being obedient.
Shout
Amen.
out to that.
Amen.
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 Is key.
So, has it always been the three of us?
No.
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 Who wasn't there?
Well, what's funny is
Yeah,
that
who wasn't there?
who could it be?
I wasn't there.
It's T-Money.
Listen.
Technically, I was there, but I wasn't
She-
there.
Yeah, you were there.
Listen. Mimi and I were like, oh yeah, this would be cute. Just a little podcast. We could banter. We good at bantering. Oh.
And I thought it was an excellent idea.
Tasha said, oh, absolutely, go for it. I support y'all 100%. I got it. And then we was like, oh, but she should be like our like guest. Because I feel like we mentioned it once. You were like, nah, I'm gonna just support y'all.
Absolutely. That's
And we were like,
that sounds like something else.
and we were like, okay, that's fine. So then we kept going, but as time went on, I think we did one episode without her.
Yeah, and it was so weird.
awkward and weird.
It just didn't
I
feel
was a
right.
recurring guest, and then I couldn't make it one
Oh
time.
my gosh! And we literally just went on.
Something was missing.
It
It was
like-
still a good show.
Yeah, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't the same. It just wasn't that TAISIA spice
Whatever
that
is.
the show needed.
Whatever
The
that
hint of
is.
TAISIA.
That dash of TAISIA.
Whatever that is.
Sprinkle of TAISIA.
Sprinkle of TAISIA. I don't know what that is.
Dollop of TAISIA.
Yeah.
Do a dollop of TAISIA.
I
love
Do
that.
a dollop of TAISIA.
I hate both of y'all with the hand movements.
That was great.
That was
I knew that was
wonderful.
great. And then over dinner, we, worked out our contract with our people. And
Our people talk to her people.
we
We split some numbers.
We got some numbers, worked some numbers out.
They
And-
literally slid a paper across the table to me, as if there was like
Like,
there was $1 million deal on the line,
just take a look at these numbers and get back to us.
and there were no numbers on it at all.
Yeah, listen.
I believe the word "please" was on it. I want to say it said "pretty please" or something like that. I threw the letter away. But
Probably.
That's crazy.
did you really think I was gonna keep something? Do you think I'm the person who kept that?
It's fine.
No.
You should put that up on in the day it all changed. You should write the date on it and everything.
I should've
that was
framed
it.
it.
You should have
You
framed
did it
it.
like your first dollar.
Missed
It's
opportunities.
your first dollar.
Missed opportunities.
Dang.
Somehow I said yes.
And here we are.
Now we're here.
And
PTL.
PTL, which
PTL.
means praise the Lord if you
yes.
don't know.
Hallelujah. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So the next question is, what do the other two co-hosts add to the show that you don't?
Ooh, can I answer this one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mimi.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to start with
No.
you instead? Mimi is our biblical scholar.
Oh my gosh.
Help me, Lord.
She's so ready with the scripture, y'all.
Oh, you
we just be
always
talking
hear-
about stuff.
Listen, if
We
you
think
have
we know
not
what we're
listened to the
talking
podcast yet, do it, because you will hear pages flipping
She flipping
in
pages.
every episode.
I can't find where the book is.
Listen, but
But
she
she
got her
knows that
Bible
the
now.
word,
I
the
got
word
the
is in her
tabs
heart.
now.
It's in her heart.
She's
Oh,
the biblical
ready.
scholar.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about something, and we know conceptually what the word says about it,
Yeah.
and Mimi be like, yeah, that's in Ephesians. We'd be like, yeah, okay, sure,
absolutely.
I might have read that in Ephesus. I don't know.
I've seen.
Maybe.
I read it at some
Like
point.
that.
It was either in Romans,
Paul said
Corinth, or Ephesus. One of the
Paul
three.
said it.
Somewhere
That's
in the
really
New
all that we need to
Testament.
talk about.
Have
That's
to
really
be.
it. So
We're
it's
talking
really
to one of those people.
yeah.
Nice.
She brings it
That's what she does.
regularly.
She does.
regularly. Jazmine, in my opinion, brings forth. She brings forth like the pizzazz,
Oh my
right?
gosh! Thanks.
Absolutely.
So she brings forth the excitement and all the pizzazz and personality.
Hey.
And can speak to a lot of like the things that we talk about, like
Yes.
just like experience wise,
Yes.
like can make it
Good
very
experience.
practical and understanding, which is
Yeah,
very
like she
helpful.
keep it 100. She
Thanks,
covers
guys.
all the demographics.
Listen,
So
for real.
that's important. We need
I
that.
got a little bit of a splash of
Splash of everything.
Jazzy Jazmine.
Jazzy Jazmine and her Jazmine jams.
Absolutely.
But Tasia
Jazmine jingles.
Yes, that's what it is.
Tasia, what?
is deep.
Yes,
I don't know what that means.
I don't even know like how to explain it. Like
She's
you
just there's such wisdom. There's a
that's
wealth
what it is.
of wisdom. Tasia brings such wisdom to the show, but it like we all possess, praise God, some form of wisdom. But like her wisdom is just so rich. Like it's like that good chocolate you only eat on holidays. That's what it is.
Lindt chocolate.
That's exactly what it is.
like it's that
or
good
the,
chocolate.
the
you,
Lindor truffles.
Yes.
Lindor truffles.
yes, that's what it is. Like the good stuff. Like
wow.
she don't say much, but when she do,
It's like super deep, and it's like it's also very like applicable too. So it's not just like this like wisdom that's like like I can't apply
That's
that
deep.
to anything, but
No.
like it's very practical and like how
Yes.
it like I guess makes sense to me and to hopefully all the listeners too.
yes. I think that's it.
'Cause
She
sometimes
also
I
like
just be talking.
she also represents that demographic of people that's like, why are you being so? What's the deal? But it's fun. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Those who like to deal with things and speak in a clear, concise manner.
yes,
Those type of people.
yeah, versus like
Sometimes I say a lot to say a little, and she just say it.
No, but seriously, what you guys don't know, don't know is that Tasia often decodes me and Mimi's conversations to each other.
That's also very
I was
necessary.
disappointed that was not the first thing you guys said about me.
Tasia is
I am
great
the interpreter.
She is the interpreter of us.
Yes.
Like, for real. I think we were on the phone earlier today, and I was like, "Oh no, I thought I said this," and she's like, "Oh no, I thought you said this." Da da da. And I'm thinking, "Where's Tasia? Where's she at?" This is her.
It's so true.
That's what she does.
It's sad.
She just, it's the wisdom. It's the wealth of wisdom. That's what it
Anything I can
is.
do to
So
help, guys.
true.
That's what it is.
Anything I can do to
But
help.
listen,
It's so
Mimi
funny.
brings that, like, I got to get near you prayer and
Come
praise.
on in the
Mimi
room.
has this, like, the way that she prays, you're like, oh, she need this.
First of all, you know she know Jesus.
Listen,
No question.
it's not like you think. It's not like maybe she's playing.
She spends time with
she's
him regularly.
serious.
They kick hard.
I told you how many days we talked to each other.
That's his.
Like,
Like,
might as well.
she just be, it be so sincere, y'all. It's so heartfelt.
It's breathy.
Drop my line if you need a prayer.
It's so, there's such passion.
Prayer warrior over there.
And it's like, wow, I needed that exact
It's
prayer.
good.
That's
I
what
love
it
it.
is.
Y'all are so
I be wanting her to
funny.
pray all the time.
All the time.
Like, can Mimi pray?
Wait, I don't. Just let her do it.
Just let her do it.
She got that anointing, that altar call anointing.
I would say that
Amen.
with all the things that we bring individually, it all comes together like
It just fits.
Yeah. Like a perfect little puzzle.
Each piece to the puzzle.
Like this.
Like
Why is her puzzle like this?
And why do I have? Wait,
This is a difficult puzzle. You know.
It's like a jigsaw
you gotta
puzzle.
do like you gotta move your fingers around and like intertwine them.
We ain't in no
That's
gang
like
though.
a knot.
We ain't no gang. We Jesus.
We ain't
gang.
twisting our fingers.
We're in a PTL club.
PTO club.
PTL club.
Absolutely. So, next question. What is your favorite memory from the show? So, this is like recording, not recording, like just Focus Faith related.
I got two things. Three things. One, I'll say it really quickly. The very first time we recorded, I was so nervous. And like,
That's right.
I was like, oh my gosh. I'm good. We can actually go now. We're good.
Literally
Like,
was good to
I'm
leave.
so
before
excited. I
recording.
could just go home right now.
Just so
And I was
excited.
like, what?
That was hilarious.
First
like, what is
podcast
she-
day, it was perfect.
That was it?
Yeah, I was ready to go after
Oh.
we said hey to each other.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was
And
so
that was
nervous.
it.
This is the nerves building up.
Yeah.
Second one is when we were recording at UD and we were just laughing.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that
I think
one.
that's hers too.
Oh my
It
God.
is, yes. When like she was no, so listen, we were trying to usually it takes what you guys don't see if you listen to the podcast or what you won't catch on the podcast is the 20
a
minutes
live
it
show.
takes for us to get prepared to actually start recording, right?
Right.
So Tasia's always the one that's like, okay, let's go. I gotta go home.
Time.
It's late. I gotta work. Whatever. She just keeps us accountable. Me and Mimi will sit there all day and dance around each other all day.
Yep.
For real.
Gibber gabber.
And one day we just kept like acting like we were gonna start. And we were like, and then we kept like
Tasia was
laughing.
crying.
When I tell you,
I couldn't
this
tell if
woman
it was
was
out of
so
frustration.
stressed.
Or
I just
Tasia
gave
was
up.
so stressed.
Gave
Like
up.
she was like, I just thought I'm never gonna get out of here.
We're
Like,
never
she was
gonna get out of
freaking
here.
out. She had tears like rolling down her
but
face.
she was also laughing at the same time too.
I just was
'Cause we
like,
just could not
what
stop
does it matter
laughing.
now?
She
What
was
is
so
life?
stressed. She
is
was
life
so
at this
stressed.
point?
I'm pretty sure it took us like 30 minutes
I had to.
to get our lives together.
It was
That was actually
it was
one of my
late.
favorite
hilarious.
memories.
It was
I was probably
late.
sleepy. And it was just like,
Yes.
I'm just going to go crazy.
You were.
right now.
Because
Can't
you had
do
been at
anything
work
but
all
laugh.
day.
You had to laugh to keep from crying, but then you cried at the same time. So
She
now
was
what?
crying for real. And I was thinking,
Yes, I was.
like, she was like really genuinely like upset but weak at the same
Hard to-
time. Like, she
hard to
was so
read.
I
mad.
forgot
Like
about
what
that.
was actually happening.
Oh my gosh.
And
What's
so
your
my
third
last
one?
one, really quickly, is when we were recording with Julio, and he did another segment for us. He did the plug segment, and so he stayed in the room with us, and so we were just kind of like talk. We were still like recording, and we were doing another part of the show, and I think I couldn't think of a word or something, and he corrected me or something, and I was like, "And you're still here," because we thought that. Well, at least I thought that he had concluded
We
his
were
segment,
trying to, like-
so he wasn't there. But
Like,
no.
get him, like edit him out. Like he was only in for that like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to be quiet for the like he was still in the room. He was supposed to be quiet, and then he like spoke up. And we were like,
he did a grammar correction. That's what was funny because it was like, no, get out of here.
You're still here. Thank you.
We love Julio. That was funny.
Julio. He does our
that's hilarious.
He's our minister for the show, so that's a good memory.
So those are my 3.
Wow.
You asked for 1, and I came up with 3. I took them all.
Wait, do you have yours?
It's tough. It's tough. One of my favorite memories is when we did our photo shoot.
Yes.
Also, note, it correlates to the first story about how I became co-host.
Man,
the next day I had to prepare for a photo shoot that I was not prepared to.
She was supposed to take our pictures. She was supposed to be these pictures for the photo shoot because it was just us at the time and it was like the night before.
We were just reviewing what we were going to do for the photo shoot.
We were. That was really what
they were going
to
do.
Hey.
So once I became a co-host, I was like, cool, we'll catch another photo shoot another day. And they were like, you got to be in these. This
was that literally the night before?
Yeah,
it was.
It was.
Oh,
it was
wow.
that Friday leaving Cheesecake Factory. While I'm trying to figure out, I was like, well, what am I supposed to wear?
Oh, you can wear this, or you can wear this. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, we had fun though. We had a really good time, and our homegirl Radiance helped us out.
Praise God. She's on my blog. If you guys watch my blog, she's on my blog.
Yes, you will have seen her there.
Yeah.
So that was we had fun that day.
That was a good time.
Wow. I don't know, because I had the that one was funny. The laughing one was really funny.
That was a good time.
I don't know. I think just with all of like the transitions that we've made and stuff, like, so what y'all don't know is that we started in a little, what is it?
House
recording booth at Lane Public Library downtown in our little city. Go Cincinnati, what? But there would be like guys in there that would be like rapping and stuff before.
And apparently clipping their nails.
Clipping their nails and stuff. And we would always walk in like, yuck. Who was in here? Like, what is this?
Smell like hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Yeah,
like Fritos and nails on the ground.
And we'd be standing outside like, okay, their time up though. They only got this for an hour.
Yes.
Like, what is this? What is life? I don't know.
Yeah, that was
humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings, yeah. I think the stress lab was my favorite, but hey, we'll keep going. Funny. That's fine. What is your long-term goal for the show? Like you're there. That in quotes. I don't know.
It's probably most appropriate to start with Mimi.
Yeah.
Okay. Long term, I would say to be able to provide more resources for people on the website. Mm-hmm. So whether that be like devotionals or like blogs or some kind of like downloadable resource or something for people to access and be able to take what they're learning from the show and apply it to their life or to their walk in, you know, some sort of way to strengthen their relationship with God. So if it's like a devotional, it'll, you know, that's a personal relationship with God. Like, because they're going to get something from the show, but something that they can like then take and like do something with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would say that.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks.
I would say there for me is for this to bring in for us to have sponsorships and to be able to have the ability to better provide better content in a sense. Kind of ties with you guys, not just for us, but like content just for the show in general for you all. But I also think it'd be cool to like do like a tour and stuff. Like, you know how like Poets in Autumn, which they're a poetry group.
Troupe.
A poetry troupe, and they've been traveling all over the world, like doing these poetry slams and stuff. And I think that'd be cool if we had like a podcast, like world tour, Focus Faith world tour. That would be fun. Traveling with these two, and then some would be like a blast in a class. That would be so much fun. But yeah, that's mine.
That'd be a blast.
I have a few things that I would
lay
like to see from Focus Faith. I think the first thing is that we have a more established Focus Faith community in terms of we are able to interact more with our listeners than we do today. Yeah. I think one of the things is that by chance we will hear stories of people saying like, yeah, I listened to this and this is what, you know, what happened or how I reacted or I've been dealing with whatever. But we want to hear more of that. Yeah. And part of the reason we're still establishing that Focus Faith community. The other thing I would like to see for Focus Faith is that the three of us could be able to maneuver in our careers to devote more time to the show.
Agreed.
we all work and go to school full time. I don't do both of those, but she does.
Yes, she does.
Just to,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
not
she
going
does.
to school right now, but I do have to go to work.
Yeah.
And the there for Focus Faith could be things that we can't even begin to imagine. I already know there's things that we can't even begin to imagine. We could tell you all these theirs right now, and
Oh my gosh.
guys like y'all so small minded.
Like, that's it? That's all y'all got? That's all y'all got?
Right.
So I already know that that's a reality for us. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen things we never thought we were going to see already.
Wow.
But with that, my prayer and my goals are to the point that we can be more dedicated to it, so that we can do the things that we just talked about. So
Yeah.
that's what our there is.
Oh my gosh. I think that's awesome.
Super awesome.
Well, we had a couple other questions, but I think we've given enough insight. Thanks
Insight.
so
I like
much.
that word.
Insight to the show already. So if you haven't listened, listen. I'll put the link in the description box below. But yeah, this is the Focus Faith tag. Thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to follow us. But most importantly, follow Jesus. Love you guys.
The hand point.
Okay, bye.
Bye.